It's nice to be with y'all this afternoon. Let's see, the purpose of this speech is to inform you guys about the history of tobacco use and its impact on society today. Let's see, by a show of hands, how many people either smoke tobacco, use dips, pipes, or anything like that? All right, so a good share, Let's see, well, the origins have stemmed deep in history. Tobacco is a plant that's actually native to this area. Living in North Carolina, this is one of the biggest areas for growing tobacco. And people have actually been using it for centuries. It goes back a long ways. In fact, Eastern North American tribes have historically carried large amounts of tobacco in pouches as a readily accepted trade item. Let's mainly see now, for the most part, people use tobacco recreationally. Maybe ease some stress, maybe you got into the habit of it when you're young, maybe you still smoke today, or maybe you just picked it up yesterday. But historically, tobacco is considered a gift from the Creator. And tobacco smoke is seen as carrying one's thoughts and prayers to the spirits in terms of the Native Americans, or a lot of the Native Americans who lived on the East Coast. And then what happened was tobacco use spread into the European cultures. So then it became, started out with religious purposes, now it moved to commercial use and what it is today. Has anyone heard about the Pocahontas story? Basically what happened with that, there's an English colonist, John Rolfe, who ended up marrying Pocahontas, or that was the name that she was given. Basically what happened was, in Jamestown, Virginia, he became the first settler to successfully raise tobacco. And back then it was used as brown gold because it was used as Jamestown's currency because it was so valuable. And then what he did was he continued his efforts to improve the quality of it, and by 1620, 40,000 pounds of it was being sent to England regularly. And so by the time he died in 1622, Jamestown was already thriving as a producer of tobacco, and his population went up to 4,000. A good share of that population was using it, and now you see what it is today. Now you can go to a convenience store, pick up a pack of smokes. You can go to the tobacco outlet store. You can get pipes. You can get pretty much anything to help you smoke away. Now, when we're talking about some companies that market the tobacco, you got American Tobacco Company. You've got General Tobacco, JR Cigars, Hutchins Industries, Universal. You got a lot of companies now that are bringing in $35.1 billion of revenue every year. I mean, that's more than Coca-Cola, Microsoft, and McDonald's combined. All right, this is how much money people are bringing in from this. And like I said, there's many ways to acquire tobacco. Being that it's a crop, you can ground it up just like any herb, and you can essentially smoke it. Or, like I say, you got dips too that you can put, in your gums to help absorb it, right? And so the whole purpose is to get that nicotine. And so a good share of the population smokes tobacco on a regular basis, like I just touched up on. And so you can kind of get an estimate, get a feel for what it's like. You're talking 42.1 million U.S. adults were current cigarette smokers. This was taken back in 2013. And out of that, 32.4 million smoked every day, 9.7 smoked some days. And then so in terms of males and females, you're talking 20.5% of adult males smoke tobacco. And as far as anyone here aged 25 to 44, 20% of all people in this age range smoke tobacco. And so you might be asking, okay, so tobacco has this bad rap of being bad for you. Everyone says, oh, tobacco's horrible. Well, tobacco itself isn't that bad. Like I said, Native Americans used it, they thought it was good for them. For the most part, it really isn't all that bad. The bad part about it is the chemicals that are added. It contributes to many problems in American society. Statistically, from the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, it kills 480,000 Americans each year, and 41,000 of these, they die from secondhand smoke. So me, I don't smoke, but I'm just at risk as the next person because of secondhand smoke. So this caused me to worry about the people I care about most. Even, I don't know you guys, but I worry about you too if you smoke just because, you know, you're harming yourself, you know, when you don't really have a choice in the matter of what they put in those cigarettes. You know, it's a harmful habit, but it also affects the individuals around them as well. But specifically, it contains over 4,000 chemicals. 43 are known to cause, you know, different types of cancers, especially when we talk about the lungs, and 400 other toxins. You know, has anyone heard of formaldehyde? Yeah, that's the stuff they put to preserve the bodies after they die. And you're talking about hydrogen cyanide, arsenic, ammonia. I mean, these all sound kind of like bad things. Well, they are. So these are some of the things, these are just some of the ones out of the 4,000 different chemicals they use to put in cigarettes. But overall, tobacco by itself is not all that bad, and this is my conclusion. In moderation. The nicotine that is found in tobacco is linked to a few studies that show alleviations of some mental illnesses, including schizophrenia. So what they're doing now is they're saying, okay, they're doing some studies, they're finding, okay, tobacco by itself, the nicotine, isn't all that bad. It's actually helping some things here. But the chemicals that are added makes it flat out harmful. As a whole, people have been using tobacco for ages. But there is something about tobacco, despite it being harmful in this day and age, that keeps people content despite investing huge amounts of money over a lifetime forward. All right, this concludes my presentation, and thank you for your time.